Since 2017 and 18, we have won the boot against the Rangers, which I'm saying is more than and more years combined for us. And with that record, since moving to American League, the record been 553 and 497 losses in the American League. That's outstanding. Since our first 5 years as a baseball team, it was the same started in 1969. That's completely unnatural, you could say. But the Astros were being fun as an American League team in that type of environment. The American League is more competitive. They call on that nature by winning the following year of 2014 with 70 games. That's really impressive if you consider that how hard was the American League Western that year, and throughout the American League. And I sure hope so. The Astros stay there from now on, because they are a great environment for that type of league. Very competitive, not giving up a lot of runs, and know what to do when they're facing that type of players. I have some questions right here actually about the Astros, and one of the questions saying, where do you see the Astros finishing this year? And I said, I see them the Astros finishing off with another 100 wins season, and includes a World Series win at 5 or 6 games over a team. I don't know any team would be that good during that time, but I have a feeling it will be the Dodgers or the Phillies. Another question: do you believe you can make it back to the World Series? Like I said, with the last question, I definitely see them going back to the World Series, but I can't say anything. I see more teams serious as a final month of baseball. I mean like that. I can see the Dodgers winning their division. I can see the Braves, the Nationals. I mean, not the Nationals. Give me a minute. The Braves, sorry. That's the only thing I can see. But the NL East is very competitive. Not NL East. NL Central, we have the Brewers. We have the Pirates. We have the Cubs and the Cardinals. All 4 teams are trying to chime in the playoffs. While some teams are good, but not playoff bound good. Another question about the playoffs: who do you see the Astros facing in the playoffs? I said I would see them playing the wild card team at first, like the Rays, the Red Sox, even the Oakland Athletics. Then it follows up LDS matchup of those three teams. Then it follows up with my hopeful LCS matchup against the Minnesota Twins. The reason I said the Twins, look at them. They're completely stacked. They have good pitching, also quality at bats of good players like Brian Buxton, Eddie Rosario, Max Kepler, and Jason Castro. And don't forget the GOAT, William Astero. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but I see him doing that well in the future because he will be a good fit for that contending team. And don't forget, he may be Bertolo Colon 2.0. And who I think we're facing in the World Series, this is my ultimate prediction. The Astros, it will be against the Astros, the Dodgers, against the Dodgers, or the Cubs. I'm not going to say anything about the Phillies because I'd rather see them lose this year and not make it to the playoffs. But if they can figure out and pay for someone nice, let's say like get today rumored about Jay Bruce. It'd be a nice fit for them. Will you see next question? What do you see your team plans in the future? Interesting question. I'm not gonna lie on that one. I still see the same future going the same way as today. Drafting players, making sure the players are happy, and more teams have a chance to look at them and say, wow, how we miss those players and so late in those picks. I see the Astros being like the Braves, when they won 11 straight division titles. What's that saying? With 11 division titles, it would be far reach. I'm not gonna lie, but if we win the division, as in going by acquiring good names after good names each off season, you get more attention to the fan base. It's more national market, more bigger fan base, more bigger free agent destination. Like, look at Michael Brantley. He was regarded one of the best free agents in this class. And guess what? He went to the Astros. He got that chance of being that good with that team. Does Carlos Correa injury scare you? It does scare me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But if it was 2015, I would say, of course, yes. Because I would be hugely scared that year. But since we have depth like Jack Mayfield, Alex Bregman, and Tony Kemp, and so many more to fill that void, we know how they can do. Excuse me. If they can fill that void if we need it, to any players in that need. That's why we have Jared Stubb to back up Robinson Chirinos. That's the case, because when we don't have Robinson Chirinos to play every day, or Max Stassi, we will pick them to be our designated catcher. And I can see Stubbs being your franchise catcher in the future. But I won't say he won't be starting every day, but he has potential to be a superstar catcher in this league. So far, I want to say this. This Astros team can be winners no matter what. They just have to be patient when they draft or find that player. Like Jordan Alvarez, who was a Dodger prospect, who was unranked in that year, but now he's a top 100 prospect for us. Nobody expected that from us when we traded Josh Fields. And that trade alone, was completely insane. Nobody expected Alvarez to have this breakout year. Well, most Astros fans did, but not this record, meaning this advantage. Like this. As he's hitting 20 home runs, 64 RBIs, and the average of insanely 358. That's completely amazing for a player like his potential. With that potential he has, anything could happen when he reaches MLB. That MLB and MLB stat line for AAA is almost the same stat we need at a quality DH. Tyler White. But Tyler White, don't get me wrong, he is good, but he's not going to be like Jordan Alvarez in AAA. He's not going to rake every second. But if we're not going to acquire a big name DH, like Trey Mancini of the Baltimore Orioles, or Josh Bell of the Pittsburgh Pirates, that's not going to happen because we don't have that type of money or cap space to get those two. We do, but we don't have a chance to acquire them because they are going to be their franchise centerpiece. And they said, who the Astros target for a DH this year? I see us requiring Trey Mancini, like I said about the Baltimore Orioles, and keep away and wait for Yordan Alvarez to comes out and fill that DH void with Astros. Like this, White is not performing to our expectations, but expect Alvarez to replace him sooner than later. So far, the team is so good at acquiring names like Yordan Alvarez, Corbin Martin. That's some names you don't expect them to be in the MLB. And more specifically, to the Astros. The Astros organization, they're amazing. They know what to do for the team and the team itself. When you see the team are doing good, you know you're doing good. And another question. Do you think we could resign Dallas Keuchel? Unfortunately, no. Because he broke that barrier with Jeff Luhnow, AJ Hinch, and other Astros. He may be friends with McCullers and Altuve, but outside of Houston, nobody will. Will pick him up. I wish we could resign him so we could have another lefty to complement Wade or Miley. But he think he's worth this type of money, $18 million for 2 years, for 1 year. If he ever pitched the first 3 months of the season, he's not worth $18 million. Maybe at $5 million, if lucky, $10 million. This situation reminds me of Kendrick Morales in 2014. Nobody picked him up because he will be a draft pick. Nobody wants to take him yet. This may broke a little trust with him since he was offered a qualifying offer for $18.8 million. That's a lot of money for a bad stat line of Keuchel had last year. That's amazing. But since he didn't take it, I do believe he will go to the Rays, the Minnesota Twins, the New York Yankees, and lastly, the Brewers. All those spots will be perfect for him, especially the Tampa Bay Rays, because there's a pitcher with them we all know and love, Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton is on that team. If Charlie Morton and Keuchel are on the same team, who knows what's going to happen? It could be a 1-2 punch in the playoffs. And maybe a 1-2-3 punch with Glasnow. Since Glasnow's not there right now because he got injured a couple weeks ago, it does say, hey, you can acquire the same too. He's a big name. He will attract big name to the fan base. Bring more market value to that team. And after that, if he does well, you know he's going to be asking the same type of money he's asking right now. $18 million. That's completely insane. Well, there's another question. Does Justin Verlander still have it for a couple more years? I do agree he will be a same pitcher in 2017 and also 2018. He'll be a Cy Young talking. I remember Verlander said once he got here, he saw some cameras no other teams has, especially Detroit. When Verlander when Justin Verlander came to Houston, he said the camera is more advanced than Detroit. I believe if he still goes this well in those type of years with the Astros, he will be recognized as the best ever who ever played the game. Alongside with Nolan Ryan, Walter Johnson, Cy Young, and it could be possibly Verlander. Who knows? If Verlander could be in that type of category, you know what the Astros will do We'll see he goes to the Hall of Fame.